Hey guys, I'm Tiago Castro and today I'm going to teach you how to create controllers for 3D objects within After Effects using the Joysticks and Sliders plugin. With it, you will have full control over the position, rotation, and also the HDRI of our 3D object. So, let's get started. Here I already have my 3D object imported into the project. I also have our HDRI here on our timeline, and I created a Null to use as a controller for our 3D object. So our 3D object is linked to this Null. Let's start by working with the rotation. I press the R key for rotation. I set a keyframe here on the Y-axis, skip a frame, and change the rotation to 360 degrees, meaning a full turn. Now I select these two keyframes, click on the slider tools icon, and I will rename it to Y rotation. And I click OK. It creates this slider for me, through which I can already adjust the rotation. However, now I want to create a visual slider here for greater control. So I select our layer. I click here on the slider control. I click to create it. There, it has already created this slider for me. I will reposition it, more or less. Here, I will change the font color to black to make it more visible. And I will also apply a black outline here. If I adjust this controller, I already have full control over the rotation of our 3D object. Now I will show how to also adjust the position. Here on our Null, I will mark a P for position, set a keyframe, jump. One frame forward, and I will move it up until it goes out of frame. I select these two keyframes that were created. I come here to the slider and click on Slider Tools. I will rename it to Position. Now I come here. In this controller that was created, I click on Slider Control and click here to create. It has already created a new controller. I will also reposition it to the center of the screen. Let's rename it to Position. And up here, Rotation. Now if I adjust the position, I also have control over the position of my 3D object. Now I will adjust our HDRI. First of all, I go to Layer New, and I will create a new Light in Light. Click OK. Here, in Source, I choose the layer of our HDRI. Press R for rotation. I will set a keyframe here on X. Jump one frame. And I will rotate 360 degrees. I select these two keyframes here on the slider. Click on Slider Tools. I will rename to HDRI. And click OK. Now I go to our slider control. Click and come here to create. Position it here in the center of the screen. Also, the name, you can put whatever you want, just to make it easier. The identification now has full control of our HDRI. It already simulates the shadow on the ground. Is that it? In this tutorial, I showed how to create various controllers using the Joysticks and Sliders plugin for position, rotation, and for our HDRI. However, with it, you can use it for many other things. You can create a facial head rig for a character, you can rig hands. There are countless rigging possibilities we can create using this plugin. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. See you later.